This week, Angelo chats to Nick Griffiths, one of the brains behind new Australian mobile sensation Buy Somewhere. We find out what the future might hold for Alienware now that the company's recovered from its anniversary in 2016, and Johnny catches up with Deck 13 to find out more about The Surge, a challenging sci-fi RPG that should appeal to fans of Dark Souls. This is Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen, and this week Horizon Zero Dawn is breaking still more records. In just 2 weeks of sales, the action RPG from Guerrilla Games has sold more than 2.6 million units, making it not just the best debut title from the developer, but the best-selling first-party IP launch on the PS4 to date. Guerrilla Games is already promising that this is only the beginning of Aloy's story, but at this stage at least, everybody is keeping quiet on just when we'll be able to pick it back up again. Keep in mind that Horizon was more than 5 years in development, so a sequel is probably still a long way off. Another game that did take at least 5 years to get to us is Mass Effect Andromeda, which is finally out right now for Windows PC, PS4 and Xbox One. And while the internet was almost universally hyped for this one, the weeks before launch saw gamer expectations shattered following the release of a playable trial. Their problems weren't with the gameplay, or the story, or the locations, or the dialogue, or the new romance options. Instead, they were with the characters' facial animations, which, at times, weren't exactly the best. After a trailer for the game launched late last year featuring Sarah Ryder looking a bit like she was trying not to sneeze while disarming a Turian, BioWare brushed it off as a facial performance bug, and we thought no more of it. Seems that bug's still there though, and the studio is in no screaming rush to fix it. And why should there be? Characters staring blankly at times, blinking awkwardly, or smiling stiffly is hardly a game-breaking issue, but for some would-be fans, those few seconds and an oddly shiny skin tone are apparently enough to write off the entire expansive campaign, plus the infinite hours of multiplayer on offer. We, on the other hand, are still spending some quality time as the Pathfinder, and we'll share our thoughts when we come back to Earth. In other news, the long-awaited fourth ToeJam and Earl game is coming to Nintendo Switch thanks to Adult Swim. Bringing 9 playable characters, including both new and retro ToeJam and Earl's mum, this one really is back in the groove, returning to just about everything that made the original game so much fun more than 25 years ago. Expect random worlds making up 25 levels and a handful of music-based mini-games, as well as an intro mode for those who haven't experienced the game before. There's no release date just yet, but when it gets here, ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove will arrive on Linux, Mac, Windows PC, PS4 and Xbox One, as well as Nintendo Switch. In a similar vein, those 2 new Sonic the Hedgehog games were shown off at South by Southwest, and retro fans are in for a treat. Sonic Mania looks like exactly what we've been waiting for, 2D platforming action where, you guessed it, you've got to go fast. The mysterious Sonic Project 2017 has also been given a name, Sonic Forces. And we still don't know much about this new modern Sonic, but Takashi Iizuka, head of Sonic Team, has labelled it an evolution of Sonic colours and Sonic generations, so we are more than a little intrigued. If your classic gaming tastes turn more to the cybernetic, you'll be thrilled to learn that Starbreeze has signed up to bring System Shock 3 to PC and other platforms. The game, currently in the early concept stages, has Warren Spector at the helm, as well as a dream team of developers. Starbreeze, the studio behind the Payday series, the 2012 Syndicate reboot, and publishers of the upcoming John Wick Chronicles, is throwing $12 million into the project.
Did you think I'd forgotten you, insect?
Want something more modern? How about Civilization 6? You can now try before you buy, as Firaxis has released a shiny new PC demo that lets you play through the tutorial as well as on a fixed map as Qin Shi Huang. Both options are locked to 60 turns each, but once you reach the end, you can start all over again, if you're not convinced. It is time to say goodbye to an old friend, as Japan prepares to end production of the PlayStation 3. The 500 gig standard model is the only version being made in the country, and local sources say that will be ended this month, just over 10 years after the first PS3 console hit stores. In Nintendo news though, Super Mario Run is out now for Android devices, complete with the version 2 update. iOS gamers have been playing the game since December, with the timed Apple exclusive finally expiring on March 23. It has received mixed reviews, with most fans finding it a great game with a steep asking price. And a couple of juicy tidbits from Blizzard to finish off. The World of Warcraft developer is currently seeking more than $8.5 million in copyright damages from German cheatmaker Bossland. They're the ones behind software like Watch Over Tyrant, Honor Buddy and Demon Buddy, and Blizzard has taken them to court on cases of copyright infringement, unfair competition and violating the DMCA's anti-circumvention laws. Blizzard also claims the bots and cheats have cost millions of dollars in lost sales. Now, Bossland claims it's sold almost 120,000 products to US users since 2013. It's claimed a minimum 36% of these were cheats for Blizzard games, a conservative estimate of around 42,000 infringements. With minimum statutory damages at $200 per infringement, the company is seeking $8,563,600. The German company is trying to have the case dismissed, however, saying US courts have no jurisdiction in the matter. And sticking with Blizzard, it's time for a little rumour watch. A Korean esports website has reported the publisher is getting ready to release an updated version of classic RTS StarCraft around the middle of the year.
Locked in and cruising.
What you got for me out there, Joey Ray?
We got Terra for sure. I don't know about the rest. We got a big old buttload of floating debris out here. We hit taters this time for sure.
Gameplay would be the same as StarCraft Brood War, with Battle.net upgraded to modern standards and all graphics given a high-res overhaul. Allegedly, details of the game were secretly revealed at last year's BlizzCon, but an official statement is yet to be made, and the company is staying very quiet on the topic. For more information on any of these games, or to keep up to date with the latest gaming news, head to playerattack.com. But for now, stick around, we've got plenty more still to come.